I am a professor at Providence College, a professor of theology. There are 40-some Dominicans at Providence College who are working in the administration of the college or teaching in any of 10 different academic programs at the college. Dominicans are primarily philosophers and theologians, but we have Dominicans teaching in art, in history, in economics, in biology, and many other academic fields. But an interesting thing about the Dominican order is that we are not an order of teachers. There are some religious groups in the church, for example, the Holy Cross Fathers, who were specifically founded for the purpose of teaching. They were founded in the aftermath of the French Revolution for the purpose of restoring Catholic education in France. And they have spread across the world, founding Notre Dame, among others of their great accomplishments. Dominicans were not founded to teach, they were founded to preach. We are the order of preachers. But St. Dominic knew that what the church needed was an order of preachers who knew what they were talking about. So for Dominic, it was crucially important that the preachers of the order of preachers be well educated. They be intelligent men who would take advantage of all of the opportunities for learning that were then becoming available in the European university system, which at the time of St. Dominic was just really getting off the ground. He founded houses in all of the cities where the great universities were coming into being, and Dominicans very quickly, because they needed to learn the truth, became involved with these universities and very soon became the great teachers of these universities. But they became teachers primarily for the purpose of becoming effective preachers of the truth. And this is a key word in understanding the Dominican charism, Dominican preaching, as well as Dominican teaching. Dominic was dedicated to truth. His followers were dedicated to developing ways of learning the truth and of teaching the truth. The great 13th century Dominican St. Thomas Aquinas, who is recognized in the whole of the church as the father of Christian education. He had an understanding of truth as one. There is one truth, there is one source of all truth, and that is God. There is one God, the Creator God, who creates everything that is, the Redeemer God, who redeems mankind from its sinfulness, the Revealer God, who reveals the truths that we need to know to access the redemption that He has made available to us. And this one God and this one truth can be learned in any way. It can be learned through nature, by studying God's creation. It can be learned through revelation. But St. Thomas, with his clear understanding of the one source of all truth and the oneness of truth, recognized that there can never be any contradiction between science and revelation. And Dominican teaching is based on that conviction, that Dominicans are involved in every aspect of education, every aspect of learning, precisely because whether it be science or the classics or the humanities, or whether it be philosophy or theology, we are studying the one truth. And this study of the one truth through science or whatever is the study of the truth that comes from God. And it's knowing this truth, knowing it in its depths and all of its perspectives, that enables Dominicans to preach the truth. And all of us who are committed to education, and my life is totally committed to education at Providence College and the various departments that are there, I lead my life precisely because I am dedicated to developing ways of understanding the truth, sharing this with others, and especially making this the foundation of my life and the life of my brethren, which is preaching the truth.